One of the top questions we're always asked when we're hit with heavy snow is, when will your residential street see a plow? And the short answer is, it depends on your city's policies. Longer answer is, it depends on your city's money and staffing. Our Marshall Zellinger drew the short straw, had to go outside tonight. And so, Marshall, I mean, most cities in the area, they're going to plow residential streets with more than 6 inches of snow in the forecast. But why not with this storm?
This is an excellent question. I'll say it probably has to do with what you're about to see in the story with what the roads look like earlier today. But overnight, we'll find out if these cities change their plans. But since those plans are based on a city's budget and staffing, I don't know if they're going to be calling people in after they see this story to say, hey, we got to plow the roads, but we'll see if your road will look like this or not in the morning.
The pavement you see is not necessarily because a city plow has cleared this residential road. It's more because the snow is falling when the temperature is still warm enough to melt it. And that is why many cities that plow your street with more than 6 inches of snow have chosen not to.
Because the temperatures are hovering around freezing or just above freezing, it's a lot easier storm to deal with than if we're talking, this type of thing in February where it's, hovering around 10 or 15 degrees.
Brett Henry heads up utilities and infrastructure for the city of Thornton, which is not considering this snowstorm a Class 3 storm, meaning a storm lasting longer than 24 hours with more than 9 inches of accumulation.
We're Class 2 in Thornton. So generally speaking, that means greater than a 12-hour duration storm event and 4 to 8 inches of snow, 4 to 8. And then that sound like 48 inches. Everything that we're putting down and using and plowing is a lot more effective in a storm like today.
Denver, however, will send out residential plows starting at midnight, taking one pass down the middle of each side street. In Centennial, residential streets will not see a plow. Unless it's a severe storm, the city relies on the sun for cost and environmental reasons.
So we're here to talk about the snow and ice control plan. Not a moment too soon. We do have some weather on the way this week.
Earlier this week, Aurora's street operations manager, Mark Tamburo, updated City Council on the snow removal plan this coming winter.
Category 3 and 4 storms are a lot less likely here in our area.
You had to say it. Aurora is predicted to get enough snow to be in the Category 3 or 4 range, but the city is currently Category 2, meaning main and secondary roads will be cleared. Roads like Mississippi, Havana, and Peoria. If you want to know what each road is considered and you have time to spare, check out the city's 74-page snow plan, which also spells out specific hospitals and nursing facilities that need to be clear for emergency access.
One other note on Aurora. There are 2 special districts in the city, Blackstone and South Shore, that are allowed through an agreement with the city to contract out with a private company to come plow their city residential streets. No one else in the city can do that unless you have a special agreement to do that. So you can't be a good neighbor like Steve Stager here making a cameo appearance. Steve, you can't do that. You need a special agreement with it. You cannot be a good neighbor and just go out there and put a plow in front of a pickup truck and plow a residential street. That's no good.
Steve Stager, man, he is simply too good. Marshall, Steve, thank you.